Title: My son-in-law came to me with stunning news. My daughter had cheated on him. He said, "I have a tape and you need to see it." I said, "You're sick." "Mr. Morrison," he said quietly, "I know it's hard, but there's something on that tape that will turn your life upside down." Start: I never trusted silence. Silence hides too much. That evening, when my son-in-law walked into my study, the silence came before him, thick, heavy, charged. His eyes didn't carry the softness of family, they carried something else. "Mr. Morrison," he said quietly, "I know it's hard, but there's something on that tape that will turn your life upside down." Start: I never trusted silence. Silence hides too much. That evening, when my son-in-law walked into my study, the silence came before him, thick, heavy, charged. His eyes didn't carry the softness of family, they carried something else. "Mr. Morrison," he said quietly, "I need you to see something." I almost laughed. He was pale, nervous, clutching a small black flash drive like it weighed 100 pounds. I assumed it was another petty marital spat with my daughter, but when he said the words, "Your daughter cheated on me," I felt the ground tilt. "You're sick," I told him. My voice didn't tremble, but my hands did. He didn't flinch. "I have a tape. I know it's hard, but you need to see it. There's something on it that will turn your life upside down." When the screen flickered alive and I saw what played, my hair stood on end. Not just my daughter, not just betrayal, but the man she was with, someone I trusted more than blood. I raised my daughter to believe loyalty was sacred. Her laughter used to fill the house, her promises used to soothe my tired heart. She married a man I thought too humble for her fire, but I respected him. He loved her, or so it seemed. And the man on that tape? My business partner. 40 years we built our empire together, 40 years of sweat, lies, and late-night toasts. He was closer than a brother. He knew every door in my house. He knew every weakness in my life. Now, he was in my daughter's bed. Shock burned into rage, rage calcified into silence, and in that silence, I planned. The son-in-law wanted revenge. He wanted me to confront, to scream, to tear the world apart in daylight, but he underestimated me. Betrayal isn't answered with shouting, it's answered with precision. I studied them, my daughter and my partner. Lovers turned conspirators. I saw the glances at family dinners, the text messages she thought she'd hidden, and soon I found the deeper rot, bank accounts, transfers. My partner had been moving money with her help, draining what we built into offshore shadows. It wasn't just lust, it was theft. I began quietly. Lawyers, forensic accountants, cameras in the office, every call traced, every transaction recorded. I let them feel safe, let them believe I was blind, a father too proud to suspect his own flesh and blood. Weeks turned into months, evidence stacked like bricks in a wall I was building around them. I said nothing. I smiled at dinners, I toasted birthdays. All the while, I prepared the knife they wouldn't see coming. The will was rewritten. Shares transferred into trusts. My son-in-law, the man they mocked behind his back, was made the silent heir. And I waited for the moment when their arrogance would become my stage. It came at the annual gala. Hundreds of guests, investors, family, old friends. The ballroom dripped with chandeliers and false laughter. My partner stood at the podium, boasting of our company's future. My daughter, radiant in her dress, sat beside him, pride glowing in her eyes. When it was my turn, I walked up slow. Every step was measured. The crowd hushed. I began with gratitude, with history, with the story of two men building an empire. Then I paused. Let the silence stretch. Let their smiles freeze. Tonight, I said, is about truth. The screens lit up behind me, footage rolled. The tape, my daughter and my partner tangled in betrayal. Gasps sliced the air. My daughter's face drained of color. My partner's mouth fell open. And then the bank records, the forged signatures, the theft exposed in detail. Every secret I had gathered played for the world to see. They weren't just lovers, they were criminals. My daughter tried to stand, but her legs buckled. She whispered my name like a plea. My partner muttered excuses, sweat dripping down his temple. I didn't shout. I didn't need to. Loyalty, I said, my voice low but sharp, is everything. You took my blood. You took my trust. And you thought I wouldn't see. Security moved in. Lawyers followed. Police, already waiting outside, stepped through the doors. My partner was led away in handcuffs. My daughter wasn't arrested, yet, but the papers were served. Divorce filings, trust fund termination, exile. The room applauded, not for me, but for justice. The days after were quiet. My daughter tried to call, her voice cracking through voicemails. I deleted them without listening. My partner's empire crumbled in courtrooms. The world labeled him a fraud. My son-in-law came to thank me. He looked different now, stronger, older, carved by betrayal, but not broken. I told him the empire was his to protect. He nodded, tears he refused to shed gleaming in his eyes. Do I regret it? No. Regret is for men who act without cause. I acted with precision. Betrayal is a cancer. Left untreated, it spreads. I cut it out. Now, when I walk through my house, silence follows me again. But it's a different silence. Clean, sharp, honest. I lost a daughter, I lost a brother, but I gained something far greater, control. And when I look in the mirror, I don't see pain. I see a man who was wronged, who answered with fire, and who did not miss. Justice, after all, is best served cold.